Now, so you're going up, you're doing what you're doing with tennis. At what point do you say, I don't know if I got a career with tennis, and then you go a complete different direction? What happened there?
Well, it was when I was in the 12th grade. It was getting close to being graduation time, and all my friends were filling out their college papers, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm gonna go to college too. And this coach was like, man, I don't think you're gonna make it in college, you know, like, you can't read, you can't write.
You can't read, you can't write.
Yeah, I couldn't read, I couldn't write.
At all?
At all.
Zero?
Zero.
How did you get to 8th grade or, you know, high school without being able to read or write?
This just kept passing me through, you know. I would do just enough to get by, you know. I would cheat off of somebody's paper for a test, a spelling test or something like that, and it would always be just enough, you know, to get by. And the teachers liked me just enough, you know, to say, you know what, I ain't gonna hold him back. I'm gonna let him go ahead. And I think part of their thinking was that they didn't want to hurt me. You know, they didn't want me to be 16 years old in the 1st grade.
16-year-old 1st grader.
You know, could you imagine that you're 16 years old and you sitting in the 1st grade in little bitty chairs? So I felt that the teachers had some sympathy for me.
You think that was a good thing?
No. I mean, they could have had sympathy for me and say, you know what, I'm gonna spend an extra hour with him. You know, I'm gonna spend an extra 30 minutes with him, and I'm gonna keep him out the class, and you know, and show him what the principles that he's missing. Because really, you know, with reading and writing or with anything, it's almost principles. You know, learning. The fundamentals, you know, I didn't know the fundamentals of reading. I didn't know that you had to sound your words out. And it was only when I was 28 years old, I'm in prison and I'm looking at a life sentence, that my cellie was able to convince me that I could actually read. I didn't believe him.
At 28?
Yeah, I didn't believe him, but...
did he spend time with you teaching you, or was it like self-taught?
He did. We were cellies. So, you know, I was in a... we're in a maximum security facility, you know, where you're locked down most of the time. So we had a lot of time to spend together, and you know, he saw in me that I had what it took to learn how to read. It took about 2 weeks.
That's it?
That's it.
So if the teachers early on would have put that time into you, you would learn how to learn in 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
How big of a difference would that have made in your life?
Oh my goodness, wow. I fell in love with reading well, I'm in prison, so, you know, I don't have much to do. You know, you can't chase women in prison, and you can't go shoot basketball whenever you want to, or football or tennis. So you kind of confined to this area where reading became my favorite sport.
What were some of the best favorite books you read? I know I heard you read 300 books, which is great, but what were some of the books?
My favorite books is Richest Man in Babylon.
Wow, great book.
Oh my goodness, I read it over 25 times.
Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes.
And you remember it till today.
Oh man, come on.
And they had that in prison.
I bought it. I bought the books.
So when you bought the books, they sent it to you?
Yeah, they would send it to me.
What else? So Richest Man in Babylon is an incredible book. What else would you say?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
One of the 40 million copies sold.
No, 100 and some million. He done sold over 100 million copies.
100 million, maybe 60 million is underground, but I do the number's a high number.
Yeah.
So what else? What other books? Did you read Psycho-Cybernetics?
I didn't read that.
Okay, because it's part of that same family.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As a Man Think.
Great book.
By James Allen.
It's a great, easy book.
After I read those 3 books, I really didn't need to read anything else.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. Did you get to read the article they did on me in LA Magazine?
This is not Webb. You're not talking about Webb's articles.
No,
That's
this is Jesse Catt. Jesse Catt is the guy at LA Times hired to go against Gary's story. Remember they did a rebuttal to Gary's story?
I mean, I read stories, so if this is one, I don't remember what
publication. Oh no, this is a different
that?
one. This came after I got out of prison.
Okay, 99.
99, he wrote my what he called my obituary. Basically, he was saying that the world was tired of me dreaming, and they wasn't going to be hearing from me no more. But in 2013, he had to rewrite the story. And inside of that story, he was talking about when I was in prison, how he thought I'd lost my mind, because I'm talking about how I'm going to be getting out and all the things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be speaking at colleges and
just telling him this.
Yeah, I'm telling him what this is what I'm gonna be doing when I get out.
How much of it is inspired by Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow
All
Rich?
of it, all of it. Because what I had did, those books allowed me to go back over my life and find out how I got in prison.